So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We're going to discuss this fraudulent manager's latest puppet conference with the mutant puppet journos asking their dead questions, the likes of Tom Canton, Charles Watts, James Benge, Chris Wheatley, probably TalkSport Moose, all asking the same crap they ask every week. And we're going to dissect this week's sample of the Puppets Conference. In fact, I should name it the Puppet Conference. Puppet Conference Reaction. That's what we should call it. But anyway, hopefully you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. It is absolutely lashing it down with rain here. Really windy as well. And that's why I was late. I went to Mercadona to do a little food shop. And everyone had the same idea at the same time. And then obviously nobody can drive in this country at the best of times. And especially when it's raining. So yeah, apologies for the lateness, but lateness is greatness. Hi, Cole Palmer's dad. Who started this, man? I get told this every day. Every day. You look like Cole Palmer. No, Cole Palmer looks like me. I'm older. How about that? Big up to everyone locked in. As soon as this show ends, in about 40 minutes, I will be jumping straight onto Rancie's channel, and we'll have another Friday afternoon of fun. And taking the wholesale piss, but there we go. So make sure you come and check that out. Smash the likes as you enter. I'm not doing a watch along tonight. I was going to do the Alaves versus Cadiz game, but to be honest, I've got 3 watch alongs tomorrow. I'm doing Arsenal. Then I'm going to do the Valencia game. I think it's Valencia tomorrow, and then there's another game after. I think Real Sociedad are playing. So TNEFC is in full flow. But yes, I'll be doing the Arsenal matchday stuff tomorrow. Yeah, and then Valencia Bilbao, and then Celta Vigo versus Tierney. Sunday, I might do 4 watch-alongs in a row, all La Liga. Worst ways, I'll definitely be doing 3. Could do a Mason Greenwood watch-along. Real Madrid are on straight after that. Betis Barcelona straight after that, and then Girona Sevilla straight after that. So yeah, plenty of watch-alongs to go. That's why I'm having a night off tonight. So big up to everyone who's locked into Lee Reacts recently as well. That channel is flying, nearly on 25k. So big up to all you lot that I've subscribed to that channel. And make sure you sub into this one as well, because it's less than 200 from 94k. Cheers! Anyway, that's enough waffling, Gunner. Happy Friday. Let's get the transcript of this Puppets conference up on the screen. Well, I won't put it on the screen, actually. I refuse to share their website. But there we go. There we go. Anyway, where is he? Every word from Mikel's press conference. Ah, dear, oh dear. They've been on their jolly up to Dubai, and they're back. They're back. They are back. And we're going to go through this right now. So, yes, big up to everyone locked in. Right, let's go. After returning from our Dubai training camp during the 2-week gap between games, Mikel held his pre-match press conference at London Colney. The boss discussed his trip and its merits, as well as what he's trying to do to improve our form, as well as the injuries and transfers. Ooh, goody. So buckle up, people. Sit back, relax, unwind, and let's listen to this rubbish. How is the injury list currently looking, Mikel? We still have a few, unfortunately, on that list that we haven't managed to get back yet. But hopefully they're much closer, and some of them are in a better place than we expected. Individually, I'm not going to tell you exactly how everybody is, but we are still missing a few. Well, what's the idea of the press conference then, mate? The idea of the press conference is to connect the football club to the fan base via these puppets. But now you don't want to tell us which ones are free and available and which ones ain't. Well, that's going well, isn't it? Well done, mate. It's almost like you don't want anyone to know anything. Happy to take the money, though. Great start, Mikel. Carry on. On whether anyone will be back this weekend. We are touch and go with a few. That's what I would say. So again, he's not told us anything at all. That's the first 2 questions in the bin. How was the trip to Dubai? It was great. It was a phenomenal camp. in every sense. We worked really hard on things that we want to do. We recharged our batteries, and the context and the change in environment was beautiful. The weather helped too. And the togetherness and the moments we shared together were great. I feel fully recharged. Yes, he's had a holiday on the company account. What a life. What a life. Anyway, carry on, Mikel. On if the break came at a good time. He then goes on to say, I think it was. It gave us an opportunity to look at things in a different perspective and analyze what we've been doing. And I will take a lot of positives from the first 6 months of competition, even though results haven't gone our way the last few games. When you look at what we have produced in terms of the Premier League and any other team, we are up there. Okay? We're fourth, Mikel. We're currently fourth. Anyway, the focus shifting to taking our opportunities in front of goal. We need to continue with who we are. What does that even mean? What do you mean who we are? Defeats cannot make you lose who you are. Because if you do that, you were never who you said you were. What the fuck is he waffling about? Who did you say we are, Mikel? I'm baffed. This guy talks in riddles. And he says a lot without saying anything. Unbelievable. The fans paid for the break. Yep. The club money, mate. The club accounts. Crazy. How was the trip to Dubai? Do you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine if he just said, no, it was crap, lads. It was crap. He's trying so hard to sound smart. Facts. Absolute facts. Anyway, let's carry on. We have to continue to be ourselves, but there are certain details and marginal gains that we have to improve and evolve. And the beautiful thing about my job is to constantly find the evolution, that's a good word, isn't it, of the team. Oh, my days. On the extent confidence has become an issue. This is what I always find funny as well, right? As soon as the team don't start scoring goals, or they stop scoring goals, sorry, all of a sudden, it's a lack of confidence. No, it's not, is it? It's not a lack of confidence. I hear this all the time. Oh, your strikers have got a lack of confidence in front of goal. No, they haven't. They're just not good enough. How about that one? A lack of confidence. He said it's a big factor, but you don't produce the number of chances that we have created and expect to create more than any other team in the league. We are not going to score enough goals. But I love the players that I have, the way they work and the way they go about it. It will come. Okay, mate. Yeah, good one. Funny that, because if you actually go back and cross-reference his press conference from a few weeks ago, he actually sat in that press conference and said the fact that Martinelli, Saka, Jesus and Odegaard all hit double figures last season was an anomaly and it won't happen again. So which one is it? Which one is it, Mikel? The fact that we scored 88 goals last season, you said was an anomaly as well. So which one is it? Yeah, but these people in press conferences don't ask him this. They don't sit there and question any of his waffling, because if they did, they would have just said, yeah, but Mikel, 2 weeks ago before the game that we had, the Liverpool game, I think it was, it might have been the one before that, it might have been West Ham. Yeah, he said it was an anomaly that all of them players got double digits and we scored that many goals and it won't happen again. Yeah, so why is he saying this then? They'll get kicked out of the press conference. They won't be allowed back if they do that. On how important it is, Gabriel Jesus scores more goals in the second half of the season. No, it's not important at all, mate. Doesn't really matter. Let's just be real with it. It doesn't really matter, does it? Because regardless of whether he scores any goals or not, regardless of where we finish in the league, 90% of this fan base are going to be on their knees, absolutely over the moon with the season. Let's just be real with it. So it don't make no difference whatsoever. But anyway, let's hear what he said. Let's hear what he said, lads. What's happened to my screens? There we go. There we go. Yes, but that's for everybody. We have to share the goals. We're responsible for everything. On set pieces, the goalkeeper is responsible. The striker is responsible when there is a throw-in, and everybody's responsible for whatever happens with that throw-in. You have to share responsibility. See, again, he hasn't answered the question, really, has he? What's he talking about throw-ins for when they asked him about Jesus scoring goals? Makes no sense. This guy is a serial waffler. Serial waffler, mate. Anyway, bang these likes up. Let's carry on. On reports linking us with a striker this window. Reports linking us to a striker this window. His answer? No, because I love the players we have. Okay, so that's the end of that then. On how much respect he has for Roy Hodgson. Pointless question. On what the message is to the players. Who asks these questions, honestly? These questions are so dry, it is unbelievable. Keep doing what we are doing and the small margins to improve. That's it. On whether he can see himself managing to the age of 76. What kind of question is this? Like, honestly, what is this? For what? Why? What is this question? Can you see yourself managing in another 36 years, Mikel, or 35 years? Who cares? This is genuinely a load of rubbish. We're supposed to be playing Crystal Palace. And you're asking about whether he's going to be managing in 35 years. Unbelievable. The reason it was 76 is because Roy Hodgson is 76. This is how cringe these puppets are that sit in these press conferences. Big up to Riku for the super chat as well, man. Warm weather will certainly help miserable cold Britain in the middle of January. Why didn't they do the training in Siberia? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Let's go all the way out to Dubai, where it's 30 degrees. Let's do a training camp in 30-degree heat, and then come all the way back to ice cold temperatures, -7, -6, -5. Yeah. It's quite likely you might get a little bit of a cold. Because now you've gone from the cold weather to the warm weather, back to the cold weather. What is going on here? This club's a disgrace, I can't lie. It looks good. It looks good for the Instagram pictures and reels. You can do Captain Cam. Have you seen Captain Cam today? Captain Cam. Yeah, Captain Cam. That's the latest gimmick. Captain Cam. And it's Martin Odegaard jogging in training. How about stop this crap and just win games of football? How about that? Captain Cam. Flip me. Unbelievable. Lazy journalism. Bro, it's not even journalism. This is not journalism. This is just nodding and agreeing with Mikel. Okay, Mikel. Yes, Mikel. Oh, I wrote a book about you, Mikel. Yes, lovely. Do me a favour. Yeah, and the thing is, journalism, yeah, from what I gather, journalism, you're supposed to be extracting information out that the public would like to know. And that's the case in any walk of journalism. That's how I see journalism. You're asking a question. They're going to give you an answer. They're going to waffle around the houses and not give you the exact answer. So now it's your job to extract the answer. But they don't. They just go, okay, Mikel. And if they do dare ever try challenge it, yeah, have you got another question, Charles? That's it. You're not allowed to question it. Yeah, it's a closed shop. It's not just at Arsenal, by the way. This is happening at every single football club in England. Yeah, every single football club in England. Yeah, I've listened to Pochettino's press conference the other week. Same garbage. Same garbage. Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. Yeah, they're all pre-planned. Mikel Arteta knows the majority of the questions before he gets sat down. Yeah, he already knows. Yeah, he knows what the topics are going to be. Yeah, because the comms guy or girl or unicorn, non-binary, of course, because it's Arsenal, will have already had this conversation. Hence why these puppets get there way, way early. Yeah, I don't know what time his press conference, maybe about 1:30 today, I think it was. Yeah, I guarantee they got there about 10:30, 11. Yeah, all having tea and biscuits, all chatting crap to each other. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Then they'll sit down with a comms guy, right? Okay, well, you can ask about this and this and this and this and this. No questions on this. And then they'll sit there in their little group with their tea and biscuits and they'll go, what would the club like to get out of this press conference? And the comms guy says, you can ask questions about this and this. This is what we want. Push this out. Yeah, I know how it works. It's not rocket science. Round and round and round and round we go, pushing the club narrative via these puppets that all have massive followings online. The Ornsteins, TalkSport Moose, Charles Watts, etc., etc. They've all got hundreds of thousands of followers. In fact, in Ornstein's case, he's got millions. Yeah. So if you can push the narrative via the journalists, to the masses, you can control the masses because you're controlling the narrative. It's not rocket science. None of the people that buy into this rubbish is crazy. This is why I'm here, to decipher this BS. Crazy. Anyway, let's carry on. What is the key to lasting long in the game? Another dead question that's got nothing to do with the Crystal Palace game that we're playing tomorrow. The passion and love for the game, that's for sure. Enjoying the company and the people you work with. Being very good at dealing with defeats, for sure. All managers, in the end, we lose more than we win. And I think you have to be really good at that. That's a complete load of rubbish, by the way, and factually incorrect information. Yeah, Pep Guardiola has not lost more than he's won. Neither's Jose, neither's Ancelotti, neither's Conte, neither's Wenger, neither's Fergie. We could go on. I'd imagine Emery ain't lost as more than he's won. What's he waffling about? And whether he's got better at dealing with defeats. Again, nothing to do with Crystal Palace. I'm not sure. Every defeat is extremely painful. But after a defeat, you're closer to winning again. What? Oh, my days. They're sitting there all like, yes. Oh, yes, thanks for the Bourbon biscuits. They're lovely. Thank you. Oh, I'm sitting from the Mikel. Idiots. Oh, dear, oh, dear. And whether it's difficult to get the crowd going for an early kickoff. What another dead question. Who asked that question? Who asked that question? And whether it's difficult to get the crowd going for an early kickoff. How does it make any difference what time kickoff is? Well, are they all tired because it's a 12:30 kickoff? What kind of question's that? Surely, if anything, it'd be harder to get the crowd up for a nighttime kickoff, a late kickoff, because they would have been at work all day. So they're very jaded, physically jaded in the second half. We're playing a little bit with the handbrake on as fans. Surely they're fresh. They've just got up. They've had breakfast. They've travelled to the game. They're fully awake. They haven't been to work all day. What's he waffling about? Who asked that question? That is one of the deadest questions I've ever heard. Anyway, he said no. We need to get them going, but they've been exceptional. Exceptional is a good word, isn't it? As I've said, we are recharged. We are full of energy and super motivated. Keep that quote there, because let's see if that transmits onto the pitch tomorrow. The team is super motivated, and we want to attack the second half of the season with a lot of ambitions and with the understanding that the team is capable of big things. We are convinced by that. On what the highlight of our Dubai trip was, probably getting fed meat, mate. Probably getting fed meat. Oh dear, oh dear. This football club is mad. Big up to Go AM as well. Thanks for the donation, bro. If you think Arsenal is tapped, keep in mind that Hendo just became Ajax's all-time best shirt seller. Oh my days, seriously. Do you know what's even more tapped? Do you know what's even more tapped about that? Not the fact he sold all the shirts. Do you know what's crazy about that? When they did the announcement video yesterday, they compared him to Johan Cruyff. Yeah, I can't play the video. I'll get done for copyright. Yeah, but they were comparing. That announcement video was basically half Henderson, half Johan Cruyff, and it was clips of them both. Yeah, both holding Champions Leagues or whatever it was, and they're both played in red and white. How are you comparing Jordan Henderson to your probably greatest ever player at Ajax? Yeah, and yet again, another big club that is in the bin. Yeah, all of these clubs are going down this route of finessing people on social media with vibes and family. And look at us, it's amazing. What we're achieving is phenomenal. No, it ain't. What have we achieved? Barcelona are in that bracket as well. Yeah, because Barcelona, despite winning yesterday and getting through to the next round, unlike Real Madrid, by the way, that dead manager Simeone come back from the jaws of defeat. And his job was... well, I said he should have been sacked last season after 2 years of failure, because despite what Flewers and Sava were saying the other day, with all the clips that they were putting out on the show with Said, I never said any of what they were saying. They were taking a couple of words of a sentence and making a whole new sentence. But it made for good viewing, I suppose, didn't it? But anyway, let's carry on. Let's carry on before we go down that road. The highlight of Dubai trip, the beautiful moments we spent together. When you have families and kids around them, mixing life and work. Life and work, mixing life and work when you've won 1 out of 7. So the club's skin, profit and sustainability, apparently, because all of these puppets that are sitting in this press conference have been telling us, Arsenal have got no money. So the football club has paid for every single player, every single bit of staff that went out there, their wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, unicorns, and children to all go out to Dubai so they can be a family. Oh, the Arsenal family. Name me one other football club that goes on warm weather training and takes the whole fucking family. Embarrassing. I feel embarrassed, guys. This is a disgrace, guys. This is actually embarrassing. I can't lie. I've never known a football club so tapped, with a fan base that buy into it. Because it's all well and good being tapped and doing all this crap online from these football clubs. There's a lot of fan bases that call this out. Yeah. Chelsea are now going down this route. Yeah. And a lot of their fans are kind of 50-50. It's kind of split. A lot of them are like Johnny Mimmels and that side of things saying, no, this is Chelsea. But then the other side is going, oh, but it wasn't built in a day. We've got a young squad. And now they're all going down that way. Because most people on the planet that roam the planet are thick as shit. Yeah. And they buy into the fact that it's emotions. Oh, but we're watching better football, which means we'll become better. It's a young squad. They'll all grow together. No, they won't. No, they won't. They will not all grow together. They might do in terms of age, but they're not going to all grow together and be suddenly great in terms of ability going forward and consistent levels, because everyone develops differently. Some of them players at Chelsea will never make it. Yeah, they're lucky they're at Chelsea on an 8-year deal because they're not good enough, half of them. Yeah, and not only that, when people say, oh, but they can all go into their prime together. Rubbish. Yeah, we're watching Bukayo Saka in his prime. Yeah, we're watching Jude Bellingham in his prime. Yeah, these players are not suddenly going to go up to another 10 levels. Ain't happening. They might go up another 1 or 2 levels, but they ain't going up to 3, 4, 5 levels. And this is what people buy into. Oh, it's a young squad. They'll all get better in 3 or 4 years. How do you know that? How do you know that? Because one player might get exceptionally good, like a Bukayo Saka, a Jude Bellingham, but then you have other players that won't and never will. But then in 7 years' time, you might get players that do, but they've been trash all the way through. But then suddenly, different club, different ethos, different styles and tactics, and all of a sudden they fit that system amazingly and they go on and be great. Or have a couple of good seasons. One good season, for example, like Granit Xhaka. Yeah, this myth that because they're all young, they're all going to get better together. Load of bollocks. Yeah, that is complete and utter rubbish. Yeah, when you're at school, yeah, you always had the dunce in your class, the thick kid. Yeah, it's the same age as you, though, isn't he? But he's never going to get better because he's thick. But then you always had the exceptionally talented kid that would get A's and B's and A stars in every single exam. Yeah, he ain't going to get any better than that because he's in his prime. He's in his peak. He's hit the peak, but he might have just hit the peak straight away from the age of 12 up till 16. It's the same thing. Jesus Christ, everyone's ability is different. Yes, you can coach players, you can help players, and you can guide players along, and systems obviously help. Yeah, because I hear this all the time, yeah, about this Victor Osimhen. Put Victor Osimhen in the Premier League, yeah, which team is he smashing it for? Which team is ideally suited to Victor Osimhen's game? Because if you're going to a Big Six club, yeah, because the last time I checked, nobody parks the bus against Napoli. Not really. Now, if you're going to Man City, you're going to Arsenal, you're going to Liverpool, yeah, you're going to Tottenham. Most of the teams are parking the bus against you. So which team is he suited to in the Premier League then? Because every time I've seen Victor Osimhen at Napoli, he's got time and space every time he's got the ball. You ain't getting time and space if you're playing for a Big Six club in England. It's crazy. I'm not saying he'd totally flop, but what I am saying is he ain't going to go and score 26 goals in the Premier League, is he? Let's be real. So when people are waffling, yeah, but then there might be a player, say Dusan Vlahovic, yeah, that's a completely different type of striker. He would be able to play in a Big Six club because he can play in the box. He don't need time and space necessarily. He can win headers and stuff like that. And I'm not saying Osimhen can't, but they're completely different styles. I'll give you another great example. Ollie Watkins. Yeah, Ollie Watkins, if he played for Arsenal last season, would have bagged at least 20 goals. But if he plays for Arsenal this season, he'll be lucky to get 10. Why? Because we've totally changed our style when everyone's parking the bus as well. Whereas last season, attack, and nobody was parking the bus. Do you know what I'm saying? Crazy. Crazy. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's come to Daryl's super chat. Non-binary unicorn asked Arteta about the time Salt Bay's restaurant. Mikel replied, but eating meat off another man's sword is the only way to eat. Oh dear, the unicorn responded with pause. No, he responded, can I have a go? Cheers. Big up Daryl, bro. Hope you're well, man. Again, your club is in the mud, my friend. Another charge, which again is being peddled out as, oh my God, they could get relegated. No, they can't. The only way they're getting relegated this season is if they don't amass enough points this season. It's not because they're going to get docked again. Because guess what? What these idiots in the media don't tell you is this is not going to be solved until the end of the season, by which time the season's finished. So these docking of points for Forest and for Everton, if that is going to happen, will most likely be, in fact, it probably will be, because they're not going to then go and dock you 10 points after a season's ended, surely. So it will be a docking for the start of next season. Jokes, absolute jokes. But then that now links Arsenal to all these Everton and Forest players because they're going to do... Shut up, man. Yeah, shut up. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing, guys. Yeah, then not only that, yeah, they then link everything to Man City. I heard Gary Neville on the Overlap. The only reason I watched that Overlap podcast is because of Roy Keane, because the rest of them chat crap. Gary Neville chats crap. Carragher chats crap. Uncle Righty, woohoo, wheel out Righty. Yeah, factually incorrect information he said on there, by the way. Arsenal's defence is better this season. No, it ain't. We conceded more goals, mate. Conceded more goals at this stage of the season than we did at this stage of the season last season. How's that better? Because if you're conceding more goals, it's actually not better, is it? It's not better, is it? Roy Keane is the only one who says it is on that. And that's the only reason I watch it. But anyway, let's carry on. Remember LV General saying he wants Big Sam. Bro, I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, Phil. Big trouble. It's so embarrassing, guys. But anyway, let's carry on with the rest of this puppet conference. Big up for the super chat, my bro. I'll come back to the rest of the comments in a second, guys. I'm going live with rants in 10 minutes. But yes, anyway, they all went on a jolly up with the families. I think it's something extremely necessary when we're living our lives and they are living our lives too. If we want to make sense for it would make sense for everyone to be part of it. I think it's a positive thing to do, i.e. take the families on a holiday whilst you're supposed to be working. Do you remember when you were allowed to take your kid to work? You're allowed to take your kid to work. Do you remember that? I don't know if they still do that in England, but you're allowed to take your kid to work, right? As once every now and again, once in a 2-year period or something. Yeah, good one. Yeah, Graham Souness is very good as well, by the way. I like listening to Souness. But there we go. Anyway, let's carry on. On how he's analysed the last few games, you have to look at it objectively. In order to do that, you need to dissect the game in many parts as much as you possibly can to understand what happened. And there is balance. In football, what you merit and what you actually have are not always the same level. And that's been the case. Well, that don't tell us anything. But I think overall, in the season, where we are, things can improve and we need to do better to get their marginal gains. And they have been installed in the last 10 days and we have seen them coming out. Yeah, it's all well and good seeing them coming out in a training camp in a nice country. But we also see Eddie Nketiah slapping one top bins the other day in a training camp, mate. Yeah, and then we went and lost. Good one. Anyway, let's go. Turning around the run of defeats. How many of these questions have been about Crystal Palace, by the way? The team we're actually playing. Not reading that. On whether he hides his emotion from the players. Have you not seen this dickhead on the touchline? Come on, guys. Push, guys. Go, guys. Jesus Christ. No wonder our team are emotional. I'm not reading that either. On how he approaches the psychological aspect of finishing. Why are you asking him? He was a dead midfielder, not a finisher. Changing certain things, analysing first of all myself and the coaches and what we can do better is the most difficult thing to coach because it's so unpredictable times, distances, spaces, opponents. It's almost like if you buy a proper striker, you actually get a proper output, Mikel. You wouldn't know that, my friend, because you've only bought one striker since you've been our manager. And that striker has admitted he can't score goals. And whether it's more complicated than just the players missing chances, you say, I don't want to give responsibility to the players. That, my friends, tells you all you need to know about this football club. No accountability for the players. No responsibility for the players. I'm here. That's why I'm here, he said. And the responsibility at the end to win and to score 3, 4, 5 is there. The question we set is, how do we score 5 goals every game? You can't. Dumb thing to say. We expect to change that tomorrow. It's not going to happen, so we have to make things happen. We have to be active and find solutions. Maybe buy a striker, mate. On how many points it will take to win the league, I don't have a clue, he said. What another shit question. Here we go. Here we go. The Smith Rowe prop is out. This was the what they want to get out of the press conference today. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go and get a cigarette while you listen to this absolute trash. 1 sec. Smash these likes up, guys. Right, so I've seen today West Ham wants Smith Rowe on loan. West Ham wants Smith Rowe on loan, yeah? Wants Smith Rowe on loan. Okay, cool. So, but apparently Smith Rowe said no. He said, no, no, no. I don't want to go West Ham, he said. Apparently Arsenal said, no, no, no. Funny how that came out pretty much around the same time as this came out. Funny that. Not only that, all of the talk over social media now is about Smith Rowe and how incredible he has been in training. Now, let's just break this down. We're not buying another midfielder, guys. So the prop for Smith Rowe, and then the fairy tales and the dreams and the he 2 years ago, he did it for us. He scored goals. He was running through the heart of midfield. He can be our Xhaka. Fuck's sake, how people don't see this is incredible, guys. Anyway, on Emil Smith Rowe's future, I'm really happy with Emil. He's on the right trajectory. Good word. He's now settled. He's training really well. You know that I'm not going to talk about an individual situation on whether he's seen a change in Emil. No change. Emil is Emil. Yeah, you had a nice meal. Man was feeding you it, mate. He's got incredible qualities. Why haven't you been playing him then? If he's got incredible qualities and you really like the player, how comes he barely gets a game? Because he's been fit and available most of the season. Why haven't you been playing him, Mikel? Why haven't they asked him this question? Why didn't they come back to him and say, okay, you've said he's got great character, like great ability, great qualities and all of this and that. Yeah? Why haven't you been playing him then? Because you've played everybody bar him in the number 8 this season, pretty much. And then when you have played him, you brought him on right near the end of games. Gave him 3 minutes in the last game. Embarrassing. Anyway, we are really happy to have him. And what he needs now is chances to put all of those desired qualities on the pitch. In order to do that, we have to give him minutes. Not once did anyone say, so why haven't you then? On to the next. Heads up, on to the next question. How close is Jurrien Timber to playing any part this season? There is a possibility, but at the moment, he's still very, very far from competing. That's the reality of it. You just said 2 seconds ago you don't want to talk about individual situations. Now you're talking about an individual situation. This guy is such a prick. It is mad. How do people sit there and believe every word this guy says? We are hopeful that he can have an impact at the end of the season if everything goes well. And it looks like there is a chance and that might happen, but it's too early to make that call. That concludes the puppet conference. Seriously, the amount of people that live on this manager's every word is crazy. Yeah, man swiped left to Timber. This is a joke. It is all PR. Smith Rowe will get a couple of games in the next few weeks. Yeah, he won't play very well because he's been out. He's not up to full fitness, match fitness. Yeah, and then people go, oh, it didn't work. By which time the transfer window's shut. Yeah, this is all PR. Yeah, to stop us buying a midfielder, to stop us buying a striker. Yeah, to stop us buying anybody. Yeah, we're linked to some geezer at Palmeiras or somewhere. What is going on here, man? It's embarrassing, guys. I feel disgusted, guys. Where's Thomas Partey? Exactly. Did he go to Dubai? Why has nobody asked about Partey? Was Thomas Partey in Dubai? Real talk. I genuinely don't know. Was he actually in the training camp? Because I've not seen him post out that Thomas Partey was in Dubai. Although to be fair, I do have him blocked. It's crazy. Another horrendous press conference. Facts. Right, bang these likes up, guys. Come on. 329 and there's 1,100 in here. What's happening to all the academy players? They don't get a chance, bro. It's crazy. Honestly, was Thomas Partey on the Dubai trip? Yeah, Partey ain't injured. 100% that guy is not injured. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah, come on, man. He just talks in riddles. Uses big words, smart. Thinks he's smart. He sits great posture. Hello, Mikel. He was in Dubai, yeah? Let's see if they posted any pictures. Let's have a look at our training. Oh, look, here you go. You can get some merch. Stick your merch. Let's see if we can find any pictures of him in training. 90 quid for a Maharishi hoodie. 80 quid for a shit. What? What the fuck is that abomination? Oh my days. Look at the state of that t-shirt and they want 80 nudge for that. Oh my God. 80 quid for that t-shirt. Wow. The Arsenal Maharishi shirt. T-shirt, 80 quid. This lot have got everyone's pants down, mate. Honestly, they are absolutely finessing everyone. This is mad. I can't even find any training pictures. This is actually crazy. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at the final gallery. Here we go. Final gallery. Odegaard and Reece. Saka. Ben White and Rice. Mikel. Martinelli. I think that was Marquinhos. Trossard's there. Martinelli. Eddie and Reece. Amazing how they're all smiling. What are they all smiling for? Why are they all laughing? One game in 7, you all stand there laughing. Jesus. Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Magalhaes and Odegaard. Reece again. No training. No. I thought Thomas Partey was back in training. That's what they said the other day. They showed a clip of it. Wow. Almost like they're lying. Almost like they're lying. Will 29 ever come good? No chance. Not at this football club. Right, mate, it was 80 quid for a t-shirt. I'm not even joking. It was 80 quid for a t-shirt. Look at the state of this. I'm going to share it. I don't like sharing their website. But we're going to share this real quick because I'm wrapping up in a second going on Rance's show. Let me share this real quick. Look at the state of that t-shirt. 80 quid. Look at the state of that. And the hoodie's 90. 80 quid. Look at the state of that t-shirt. Oh my days. Get off my screen. Unbelievable, Jeff. This club is a Ponzi scheme. I'm convinced. It's actually a Ponzi scheme. But there we go. Anyway. Do you think Arsenal will win tomorrow? Well, yeah, we do have a game. Not that press conference make it clear that you've got a game. We've got a game tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? It was all about Mikel. Oh, how was Dubai? What about Smith Rowe? Oh my God, how about Roy Hodgson? Will you still be managing in 35 years? Yeah. How many questions are actually about Crystal Palace? About how we're going to beat them? Yeah. About how we're going to break them down after they did a job up at the Etihad the other week, when they were 2-0 down and come back. Yeah, none of that, because that's not what the press conferences are about. But anyway, is what it is. Right, let me read these supers out real quick. Bang these likes up. Come on, 30 likes, guys. Simon Jordan's honesty. Simon Jordan's honesty about Forest Green. I haven't heard it. I see they sacked Troy Deeney after 6 games. Why didn't they trust the process? It takes time. Big up, mate. Thank you for that. Big up to Daryl as well. I'm filing animal abuse charges on Arsenal. So who was taking care of Win if Cedric was in Dubai? Exactly, bro. Who looks after the dog? Because I'm sure the dog didn't go in it. But anyway, big up to everyone who's locked in. Make sure you are subbing. We're going to redirect to rants right now. And yeah, we're going to we'll always have a good show, man. Friday is always hilarious. So make sure you come and check that out. Spam Rance's chat with Lee Raid. And make sure you sub to me as well. Sub to Lee Reacts. I'm not doing a watch along tonight. I'm having a night off. I've got Arsenal tomorrow. And then I'm going to do the Valencia Bilbao game. And then I'm going to do Celta Vigo versus Tierney FC tomorrow as well. And then Sunday, I might do all 4 La Liga games. Worst ways, I'm doing 3 of them, including Madrid. They're playing Maria. Barcelona, they're playing Betis. And then we've got Girona versus Sevilla. But I might do the early kickoff as well, which is Osasuna versus Getafe. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled on Sunday for that. But anyway, big up to everyone who's locked in. Spam Rance's chat. And, yeah, Partey was looking after the dog. And we're out of here. Adios, amigos. Hasta fuera para siempre. Ciao.